Ghost of Tsushima is a critically acclaimed gaming masterpiece. So when I saw that its Platinum Trophy is apparently incredibly easy to get, I was really disappointed. Well, I made the dumb decision to make it as challenging as possible by going for the Platinum on the hardest difficulty, Lethal. This difficulty makes it so that only 1 or 2 slices from a bad guy's sword means instant death. So quite realistic, I guess. So not only was I going to have to grind through the game's story, collectibles, exploration, and boss fights for all the trophies, but I would genuinely have to master every single one of its mechanics if I was ever going to stand a shot at completing this thing without tearing my hair out. Our first goal for the Platinum would be to complete the main story. We take on the role of Jin Sakai, a samurai with something to prove after watching his father get killed as a young boy and being too scared to do anything to help. Jin, along with his uncle Lord Shimura and around 80 other soldiers, charge head-on at the Mongols as a first line of defense. Luckily, this bit was just like a tutorial, so it was just going to ease me into the entire lethal difficulty experience. Okay, this is easy. Did I die? Oops. Oh, I'm dead again. This is gonna be hard. As it turns out, this is all basically a suicide mission that leaves Jin injured and unable to fight, and also leads to Lord Shimura being captured by the Mongol leader, Khotan Khan. Jin is saved by a civilian called Yuna, who at first glance just seems to be this helpful but harmless character, but turns out to be far more deadly. Oh, he's gonna kill him. Oh, she's scary. Oh god, okay, so we then escape from the camp, grab a horse, give it a name, and ride off while earning our first trophy. And there we go, first trophy, Gathering Storm, recover the katana of Clan Sakai. Eventually, we made it to a face-off with Khotan Khan himself, which went about as well as you'd expect. Oh my god, a boss? I'm trying to hit him, but I literally cannot even hit him once. Oh my god. Oh, damn it. Luckily, Jin's got some of that main character plot armor, so he survives and he regroups with Yuna. He leads us to a camp to get some info on where her brother might be, and it's here that she teaches us how to be stealthy and assassinate enemies. Jin's conflicted by this because assassination is not the way of the samurai, who always battle their enemies head-on with honor. This right here is one of the key plot points of Ghost of Tsushima. Jin steering towards dishonorable tactics in his pursuit of revenge for his fallen allies and to bring freedom to the island. Also, the assassin gameplay in this is so damn good that you just don't need to go and shell out 115 quid for Japanese Assassin's Creed. Like, just play this instead, seriously. Point of no return. Break your code to help a new friend. Before continuing with the next story quest, I made sure to head to a nearby Shinto shrine. These Shinto shrines are basically parkour puzzles where you ascend a cliff to reach the top, where you then get a charm that buffs you up in some way. This shrine actually gave me a charm that increased the amount of resources I'd gather, which would lead me to powering up faster and getting some trophies a bit quicker. I mean, if it isn't obvious at this point, God bless Google. At the top of this shrine, I also grabbed a trophy for using the game's photo mode. A moment in time. Personalize a scene in photo mode. Yeah, I did know that existed. The next job was to go and meet some more companions who eventually could help us take down the Khan. First up, we meet Sensei Ishikawa. He's a skilled bowman that has this apprentice that's gone rogue, and we need to hunt them down. And then there's also Lady Masako. She's this older woman who's kind of on a killing spree trying to find out who brutally murdered her entire family. She's pretty crazy. Both of these guys, along with Yuna, have a series of side missions, or tails as they're called in this game, that we'd have to complete for some trophies, but we wouldn't get around to these until after the main story. For now, they agreed to join our fight, and from now on we shall be known as the Japanese Avengers. At this point in the game, I was starting to get my arse handed to me by basically every group of enemies I came across, so I knew I had to start powering up soon. Luckily, in Ghost of Tsushima, there are a ton of activities on the map that I could go to make me stronger. There are foxes that lead you to these Inari shrines that increase the number of charms you can use at once. There's bamboo strikes that increase your resolve so you can heal more mid-fight, and there's also hot springs that increase your max health. And bonus points for them hot springs because you get to see Jin's bare ass, which made me smile every time. We then eventually find Yuna's brother Taka, who's been forced to be a swordsmith with the Mongols, and we save him just in time. Stoking the flame. Rescue Taka from Mongol captivity. With Taka safe and sound, I randomly stumbled across this guy playing music on the side of the path, and after talking to him, I entered a tale that seemed a little bit different from the rest I'd done so far. This was a special type of side mission called a mythic tale. Unsurprisingly, there was a trophy for completing all of these mythic tales, and each one opened up a special mythic ability or armor set that would help me out a ton in the game. This tale in particular led me to a group of enemies that, because I still sucked so bad at being an actual samurai, I just resorted to completely breaking my code. There's no way that I can do this. Why am I not just doing that in every single encounter? Like literally just assassination instead of actually fighting people. And after that, I found myself in my first duel. Duels are just boss fights where you're locked in a one-on-one battle. And during this one, I actually got myself this easy combat trophy. Oh, open for business. What's that for? Successfully stagger enemies 50 times. Cool. I will say, for lethal difficulty, this fight was a ton easier than I thought it was going to be. But don't you worry, if you are a sociopath who enjoys watching me suffer, there are plenty of painful duels coming up later on that you can fill your boots with. Why do you guys hate me so much? For this duel, we actually finish it off with a brand new mythic technique, the Heavenly Strike. Unleash Heavenly Strike! Did we do it? We just struck him with lightning. I mean, you already know I'm going to be abusing this shit for the rest of the game. Anyway, enough sidetracking, back to the main story. We were still in need of way more allies in the fight against the Khan. Therefore, Jin has to resort to seeking help from the Straw Hat Ronin. These guys are basically freelance warriors who don't follow any true lord. And they wear hats made of straw, obviously. While searching for them, we run into their leader, Ryuzo, who also happens to be a childhood friend of Jin's. This guy's literally like brother from another mother. Unfortunately, the reunion between these two best bros is rudely interrupted by another Mongol attack. And I kid you not, this random insignificant encounter gave me 30 of the most painful minutes from my entire playthrough, and it really made me question if I was insane when I decided to do this on lethal. Too many dudes at the same time. Oh no! They one-hit me, man. Ugh. I'm gonna go kill the bowman. Oh, damn it. What the? Oh, man! I'm actually trash.
These bastards won't give up.
But you know what they say, guys? Through each struggle comes a lesson. And the lesson here was bees are freaking overpowered.
No, not the bees! Not the bees! Don't let them surround us.
Oh, the bees are going for them. Oh my god, I think the bees absolutely wrecked them. Come on! That's all of them! Yes! Come on! Let's go! The bees! The freaking bees, man! First try! I swear to God, for every like hard game, there's always a cheesy way of doing things, but those bees wiped them out. Shortly afterwards, I came across a Pillar of Honor that gave me a sword skin and another trophy. Lost and found. Discover a Pillar of Honor and collect its sword kit. I don't know what that means. After a few more quests taking out Mongols with our best bud Ryuzo, he agrees that him and the Straw Hats will join the Japanese Avengers squad. Oh, Company of Wolves. Recruit the Straw Hat Ronin. Cool. Got them on our side now. And not too long later, I accidentally popped this trophy, which I know if I'd ever actually intended to go for, it would have taken me forever to get. Oh, have a nice fall. Kill an enemy with fall damage by knocking them off a ledge. Okay, that was really handy. At one point in the first act, Jin saves an entire village from a ton of Mongols. This vigilante level task gets the residents stirring up a legend about Jin that would start to spread around the region. A legend of a samurai hero with unconventional and breathtaking tactics known as the Ghost. Yeah? You get it now? You get it? As the story was progressing, I was still very focused on powering up, so I made sure to upgrade my armor, explore the map for more of those stat boosts I talked about earlier, and very importantly, search for and kill Mongol leaders. Taking out these leaders would unlock 4 different fighting stances that I could switch between on the fly during combat. Each of these stances made me way stronger versus different enemy types based on the weapon they were using. So, for example, the water stance was the only way of me reliably beating enemies who were using spears. Also, whoever designed the spear dudes in this game and gave them unblockable attacks, stupid range, and ridiculously small windows to counter them, What is wrong with you? Now remember, earlier on I mentioned that Taka was going to be able to make us something to get into the castle where Jin's uncle was being held. Well, turns out it's this grappling hook, and it basically turns us into Spider-Man. This thing was a lot of fun to use. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's crazy. So with the squad assembled and our new grappling hook in hand, it was time to finally save our uncle. The plan begins with us using our new toy to infiltrate the castle and disable the alarms before the rest of the good guys storm through the front gates. Unfortunately, for some reason, Ryuzo's fashionably late, so we just get on with it without him, and it goes pretty smoothly. Well, until this happens. Oh, he's here.
Ryuzo.
Where the hell have you been?
The Khan put a bounty on the ghost. Anyone can claim it.
No.
You wouldn't.
No. Why? No.
It's your family, Jin.
But we're like best buds.
Mine.
No. What? Honestly, guys, everything in the game up to this point was like a constant progression. I felt like I was getting better the whole time. But this was like a slap in the face that brought me back to the reality that I was still complete ass. Oh, God. Okay, I'm dead in 2 hits. Oh my God, I'm dead again.
I had to feed.
This is crazy. Okay, I really need to, I need to sort something out here. Oh my lord. No, this is impossible. Up to this point in the game, I'd pretty much relied on dodging rather than parrying in every single fight. You see, dodging was pretty easy and forgiving, and it worked very well versus all the normal enemies I'd fought, but versus Ryuzo, I was gonna have to suck it up and learn to time perfect parries every single time. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I should have learned to do this a lot sooner, because every single time I died from pressing that button at slightly the wrong time in this fight, I just felt worse and worse about myself.
I had to feed my men.
I'm not even getting halfway. Come on. No! Oh! It was this point right here in the game where I learned what lethal difficulty was all about. Perseverance and learning. And eventually, about an hour and a half of struggling later, this happened. Oh my god. Oh! Let's go! Yes! Oh, I did it! I did it! Oh, yes! Come on! Oh, yes! My heart. I just felt it on that one. So unfortunately, the little rat Ryuzo gets away. Don't worry, we'll get back to him later. But we do manage to push forward and save our uncle at last. Oh. Family reunion. Free Lord Shimura from the Khan's clutches. As it turns out, Lord Shimura is not too happy with Jin's newfound methods of taking down Mongols, as it's not the honorable way of the samurai. Bit ungrateful, mate, seeing as we just, saved your life. He does, however, look past it for now, as the next goal is to retake Shimura's castle in the region to the north. This begins Act 2 of the main story, and this new region also makes every enemy in the game more difficult. I didn't actually think it was possible to make it harder than dying in one hit, but oh boy it did. So to make sure I was as prepped as possible heading into Act 2, I also went in search of the final warlord I needed to unlock my last fighting stance. Quick study! Learn the stone, water, wind, and moon combat stances. I thought there'd be a trophy for that, but I thought I was going to get blue balls. We may as well just try and complete this area now. And now we've also got moon stance. Let's try it out. We then carried on with a few more story missions, heading to a bunch of different locations in the new region, including this tucked away village that was giving me serious Sea of Thieves vibes. Oh, the Den of Thieves. Discover Umugi Cove. Towards the end of one of the missions, where Jin and his uncle take down a Mongol fort together, Lord Shimura reveals one of the nicest and heartfelt moments in the entire game.
You continue to prove the Mongols are not unstoppable. You taught me to fight. Jin, my message to the Shogun included an announcement. I wish to formally adopt you as my son.
Wow.
In my heart,
That's amazing. Like, seriously, this is such a nice moment. I really hope nothing happens later in the game that gets in the way of that. Whilst exploring the map and powering up some more, I eventually came across enough Inari shrines to unlock all of my charm slots. Go for that. Oh, Charming Man. Equip a charm in all 6 slots. Okay, I thought I was going to get a trophy for getting all of the charm slots unlocked, but you actually had to equip a charm. Well, luckily I checked for that. And soon later, we began possibly Jin's most character-defining arc in the entire story. And it begins with Jin heading to Yuna and Taka's hometown of Yarikawa. Yarikawa has a very interesting history, as its clan members once revolted against Clan Shimura, but eventually failed once Clan Sakai came to Shimura's aid. The survivors of the rebellion built the walled town of Yarikawa, which is now surrounded by Mongol camps. After easily sneaking past all the Mongols... Oh shit. Now we were seen. Yeah, we were seen. Ha ha ha. We managed to get into Yarikawa and talk with the town's leader. It turns out that there is definitely still some bad blood here, as he says he has no interest in joining Shimura's fight against the Khan, and he'd rather just stay hiding within the walls of his city until the war is over. This dude's the furthest thing from an alpha male. This guy needs Andrew Tate.
You're not gonna die! Stop crying!
So in order to rally the town behind him, Jin recruits a couple of the archers from the town and decides to take out the entire Mongol siege outside the walls. Oh, I'm so ready for this.
No mercy!
Oh, Taka, get out of the way. Let the men do the work here. Oh, let's go, double team, let's go. This, of course, eventually provokes the Mongols to attack Yarikawa, where we've now proven to the people of the town that they can fight back. Eventually, I came face to face with a boss called General Temuge, or Temuge, or something like that. And I was like some kind of Billy Big Bollocks. My confidence was unmatched. If you guys haven't seen a duel in this game, you're about to see one. I'm pretty good at them now, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Pat myself on the back. Yeah, you can probably guess what happened next. I actually have killed so many people like this. Oh, that was a big amount of damage, though. Oh, he's got the fire. He's got fire. Okay, this guy might be stronger than I thought. Oh, my. Oh. This was yet another of the many unexpected points in the game that just beat my ass. Like, I didn't want to roll! I hate the roll mechanic. It's so useless. I really had to remind myself that this was still lethal difficulty, and I still had a lot to improve on.
You can't get caught in this reward.
Yeah, I need to not get hit by the double hit. How am I not dodging? I'm pressing it! Oh, Lord! I know I will succeed. I'm so close. I'm so close.
I am Jin Sakai, and I help.
I'm choking. I'm just choking now. Another 40 minutes of struggle later, and it was all worth it, because I was about to witness one of the most epic and badass sequences in a video game that I will likely ever see. Like, I've genuinely watched back this bit of the recording about 20 times. It never gets old. Yes! Yes! Slaughtering leaders earns the ghost stance. What does this do?
Invaders, look at your general.
Oh my.
This will be your fate.
What is this? Let's go! Get the hell out of my way. Witness protection. Shoot a terrified enemy with an arrow while they're fleeing. I actually knew that one existed. I remember seeing something about that, but I didn't know how you actually make them run away. Turns out you've just got to be a beast. Yeah, you run. You run. All of you. You're not worthy. For the ghost. This is so cool. That was like the hero moment of the game so far.
We are not soldiers.
Who killed these Mongols? Who stood against the siege? Who saved Yarikawa? We did. You say you are not soldiers. You are warriors. We can defeat the invaders.
Yeah, that was the best scene in the game. Wow. And we got Leader of the People. Rally the peasants of Yarikawa. With Yarikawa now by our side and the legend of the ghost growing quicker than ever, Jin takes some time out to head back to his home in Omi Village. More like Homie Village. Here we meet with Jin's childhood caretaker, Yuriko. I would literally give anything for this woman. She is literally perfect grandma material. Yuriko retrieves our father's Sakai clan armor so that Jin can fully embrace his place as his successor. And come on, man, this drip is absolute fire. We got Birthright, recover your father's armor. It's very cool armor, and we're going to need it for another trophy later on as well, so 2 birds, 1 stone. The final job before we take back Shimura's castle now is to go in search of Ryuzo at a nearby fort. Yeah, you little bitch traitor boy. And when we get to the fort, it turns out that Taka's followed us there. He has been inspired by Jin as the ghost to be braver and help in the fight. Jin, reluctantly and against Yuna's wishes, lets Taka help out by having him lead the Mongols away from the fort, providing a distraction. With the coast clear, we sneak in and find Ryuzo. But it turns out he knew we were coming. And so just as it seemed like everything was going our way, what happened next rocked me to my core. Oh, you dumbass.
Your legend does not even care about you. You killed him. You can go.
What's gonna happen? No, 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 no. No. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? No! Oh, mate, I was in the bin at this point. I had the thought that you might kill him, but he chopped his head off. The head's just there. What are we going to tell Yuna? Oh my god, she's here. She's here. Oh, no, no.
He left a message.
No. Now, before you judge, I'm fully aware this is a game and these are not real people, and I've seen tons of characters die in video games before, but there was just something about how brutal and in your face this whole thing was, and that it happened to such an innocent character in the game that it sparked a genuine lust for revenge inside me as a person that turned my gameplay to 300%. Oh, we're fighting. We're fighting. Dying embers. Eradicate the traitors in the name of a fallen friend. Man, that's probably the most upsetting thing I've ever experienced in a video game ever. As soon as I possibly could after that mission, I knew I needed to head straight to Taka's resting place to honor the most brave and innocent character in the entire game. Can we play it? There we go. Dirge of the Fallen Forge. Play the Lament of the Storm at a friend's grave. And so now, more fired up than ever, the siege on Castle Shimura began. The fate of Tsushima. Oh shit, here we go. Oh, we're going. Oh, this is going to be a good mission, I can tell. And I made sure to use everything at my disposal, especially that awesome ghost stance that I learned in Yarikawa. Let's go! Oh my god, okay, these guys ain't... These guys, they're all running for their lives. Okay, yeah, this was 100% going to be my crutch for the rest of lethal difficulty. Don't judge me. And if it wasn't kind of obvious at this point, Jin was just in full send mode. This dude couldn't give 2 shits about being honorable. Oh my god. Jin's lost the plot. Shimura is left disgusted at what Jin has become, leading to their relationship completely breaking apart. And so, in order to take out the remaining Mongols held up in the core of the castle, Jin takes it upon himself to sneak in, poison their drinks, and kill all of them in one go. I mean, maybe a bit too far, but these Mongols are arseholes, so Jin can do whatever he wants. We then head into the castle to find the Khan, but instead, we find someone even better. Oh, hello.
Where's the Khan? He rode north.
Ryuzo. Oh, we're gonna fight. It's a rematch. As you probably remember, my last duel with Ryuzo went, well, not smoothly, but my skills have grown a ton since then, and Jin has this revenge boner bulging out of his pants, or whatever it is that samurai wear. So I knew that this time it was going to be different. Oh, this guy's a doddle. This guy's easy. Just gotta focus up and not get hit by that unblockable. And there we go. He just does it. He just locks in and he just does it because he's a beast. And who is he? Me. I am him. It turns out that the Khan's gone even further north, so killing Rozo was going to have to do for now. Yeah, see you later, pal. But the main thing is that we took back the castle, so surely Lord Shimura is happy, right? Yeah, of course not. Shimura tells Jin that he must renounce himself being the ghost, and then blame Yuna for leading him astray, or else the Shogun will order for his death.
My son. I am not your son. I am the ghost.
And we got the ghost. Embrace your new identity. And so straight after this, Jin is locked up in a cell for his crimes. Yeah, because liberating multiple villages, saving the Lord, and having the body of an absolute god makes him a criminal. Like, come on, get a grip. But Jin's not locked up for too long. He manages to escape his cell, grab his trusty steed, and ride to the north. Now, when Taka died, that was #1 sad moment in the game, for sure. But this was a close second. No. Cage. No. Oh, that's so sad. No, the horse, man. Act 3, kill the Khan. Ugh. And so begins Act 3, where yet again, the enemies level up considerably and get much harder. I was not excited. Like, literally, there are basic enemy dudes in this region that are harder than the bosses that I fought in Act 1. Eventually, Jin finds his way to Yuna, and the two decide to set up base at a nearby temple that's, of course, filled with Mongols. Oh, haunting precision. Kill 20 enemies with Ghost Dance strikes. As I said, Ghost Dance, OP. After taking them all out, I actually had enough skill points to unlock my final throwable ability. Oh, I think this will give me a trophy. Ah, there we go. Every trick in the book. Acquire all the throwable ghost weapon techniques. Since the rest of the samurai are no longer on our side, Jin teams up with a group of thieves to retake a nearby fort from the Mongols. And towards the end of the mission, it turns out that a bunch of allies have come to fight by our side again.
Supposed to be 10 feet tall. Keep fighting.
That's so funny. I thought you were supposed to be 10 feet tall. Oh, everyone's here. The Avengers are back. The Exiled Alliance. Reunite with your allies in the frozen north. Japanese Avengers back together. We find out that the Khan was spotted at Port Izumi nearby, so we head over there and infiltrate a lighthouse to get a better look. Surprisingly, we find out that the Mongols have created barrels full of poison that they plan to take to the mainland to take out the Shogun. The exact same poison, in fact, that Jin just recently used back at the castle to kill all the Mongols. After watching what they did to my boy Taka, I think it was worth it. While I was prepping for the final attack on the port, I came across a system in the game that had been hiding right under my nose the whole time, and it definitely would have been helpful to learn this way earlier in the playthrough.
We'll keep donating what we can, here and elsewhere, as word of your victory spread.
Free stuff. Oh, slay. Acquire 30 pieces of vanity gear. Oh, I get it. It's like slay. So that's the reason we've been getting. Oh, we also got gifted. Collect 10 gifts. Oh my god, we're getting so much. What the hell? We got so much stuff. Oh my god, I didn't realize about the whole gift system. So I've just collected everything that I've built up over the game in one go. That's so dumb. Well, glad I figured that one out. Getting all of these materials meant that I could fully upgrade my Sakai clan armor, which finally opened up the ability to do a 5-man standoff, which I mentioned earlier on would get me a trophy. And this was peak satisfaction. This should be it. Come on. Okay, that's one. One more. There we go. All in the wrist. Defeat the maximum amount of enemies with a single standoff. I can't even speak, that's taken me so long, for God's sake. Our last task before the attack on the port was to sneak back into Castle Chimera to leave a message for our uncle informing him of the Khan's plans and ask him for his help one final time. It was worth a try, I guess, but he did seem pretty pissed off last time. And so now it was time for our final mission, to take out the Khan once and for all. And even though I was feeling in peak form, these Act 3 level enemies were unrelenting. Oh my God, this shield guy is a menace. Oh my God. That shield guy was insane. You did recruit old people and a pacifist with a weight issue. That's a good point. I didn't recruit the youngest folk, did I? What am I doing? Oh, he's died again. You are ass, dude. Old age has got to you. What's happening to me? I can't see. Oh my God. I'm gonna die because I can't see. Lucky for us, that note we left must have done just the trick. He's here!
Tsushima.
Yes!
No mercy!
Come on! I kind of expected him to pull through, otherwise we'd really be in the bin right now. And soon later, we finally come face to face with Khotan Khan. This is the boss fight, isn't it? Oh my God. Initially, this fight was exactly what I expected it to be. A pain in my arse. Oh my God, what is that move? What was that? But actually, it turns out that after about 30 hours of lethal difficulty pain, I was getting pretty good at the game. So after just 10 minutes of fighting this guy, I did this. Come on. Yes, come on. Is that it? There's no way. There's no way. Just as I thought I'd caught a break, it turns out that the game just fully trolled me. Oh yay, a two-phase boss fight, my favorite. Now what? What is happening? To make this phase even worse, this was no longer a duel. Instead, this was an unending beatdown by the Khan and his goons. So I'm just fighting Khan and everyone else. What? This was the one single time where I genuinely questioned if it was even humanly possible to beat this on lethal difficulty. When do I get attacks in? When can I do this? I think I was past the point of raging. I just kind of started going hysterical. Oh, I'm dead again. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. Okay, I'm just perfectly parrying everything now. But it doesn't matter because this shield guy is beating my ass. After approximately 57 deaths, I was struggling. But then something happened that made me cast my mind back to a little bit of advice I'd given myself way earlier in the playthrough. You guys remember those bees? I swear to God, for every hard game, there's always a cheesy way of doing things, but those bees wiped them out. Wait, what was that? Is there an explosive on the boat? I didn't realize that these barrels are explosive. That changes things. Are you serious? They all died. Oh my God. How did I not know that that was there? I did not realize. I did not see. With this newfound knowledge, I actually managed to hit the Khan enough times to move on to what I thought was another phase, which I assumed would come with a checkpoint of some kind, but this game ain't kind like that. Okay. Well, we got to a checkpoint, so I'll take it. We're cheesing our way through this. It's not a checkpoint. It's not a checkpoint. Good to know. I knew at this point that if I was ever going to beat this, I needed to switch things up. So, from that point, I fully committed to a new strategy. Step 1, run around leading the goons into explosives and poison that I could shoot with an arrow. Step 2, continue doing that without taking a single point of damage to stack my ghost stance meter to full. And then step 3, use that ghost stance to deal damage to the Khan. This strategy was definitely safer, but the tension was not good for my blood pressure. My hands had never been this sweaty before. I could feel my heart beating through my chest. Remember, just one hit of damage would make me lose my ghost stance, making that attempt pretty pointless, so I'd have to just die and start again. But I persevered for many attempts, and eventually it all paid off. Oh, yes! Yes! Come on! How is that not it? Is that it?
Kill me, and another will
Come
come.
on! Oh my god! Oh my god! Let's go! Yes! That was this. Oh, Sovereign End. Confront the Khan. It is safe to say that I was in a good mood as I strolled through the outro section. Even though I was fully done with this game's story, it quite obviously was not done with me. We head to meet with Lord Shimura back in our hometown, who tells us that the Shogun have officially ordered for Jin as the ghost to be executed. And as if things couldn't get any worse, the person who has to do it is none other than Shimura himself. Yeah, I was shooketh. Of course, Jin cannot just let this happen, and so the two have no other choice but to duel. I also foresee myself dying lots here, but I only have to beat him once. So it's not really very fair, is it? And so begins the real final boss of the game. You see, whilst that previous Khan fight was a new and fun style of boss fight, depending on your idea of fun, this one was back to a pure one-on-one, and it was going to be a true test of my skill. What was that? Long story short, this boss fight just completely clapped my cheeks.
We go in peace.
How am I not dodging that? Come on!
This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Ah! Come on! Oh, he does that so quick. He does it so quick, man.
You give me no.
Ah! This is the hardest thing I've ever done in a game. This is the hardest thing. At some points, I got so damn close, but I just let it slip away. Come on! No! Oh, we're getting close. Oh, we're getting close, man. What was that move? He just... What? After an hour and a half of dueling, I must have just entered my flow state. Come on! Come on! Come on! God, that was so bad. Kill or spare. Honor his wish for death or spare him. I feel like most people are going to do this, but I'm not going to kill him. I'm just not. Mono no aware. Leave the past behind and accept the burden of your new mantle. What a game, man. What a game. So with the main story done and dusted, it was now time for the part of the Platinum that I had not been looking forward to. Side stuff. Or post-game content, as the devs would probably prefer you call it. To put it simply, there was a shit ton to do. I would have to go around the entire map and complete absolutely everything. Tails, Mongol camps, shrines, and so much more. I knew that if I was going to get through all of this in a timely manner without losing my mind, I would need to make a plan. And luckily, I am one of the most anal people you will ever meet, so I love myself a good plan. Earlier in my playthrough, I'd found out that liberating Mongol camps in a region would then reveal that entire region along with all the side activities within it, whilst also providing fast travel points that I could use later on. So for my first task, I got to work clearing those. Oh, Flash of Steel. Defeat 20 enemies with a counterattack after a perfect parry. The Mongol camps took quite a long time, but they weren't really all that tough. Especially since the camps in the first and second region were still filled with those low-level enemies. Me rocking up to those first region camps was like Anakin rocking up to that room full of younglings. They were about to get cooked. To make it even easier, I made sure to use all of my remaining materials that I'd gathered to fully upgrade my sword. Okay, I should have enough to upgrade my sword. Yes, sirree, we do. And we get the perfect storm. Fully upgrade your sword. So I blasted my way through all the camps one by one, picking up a bunch of trophies for clearing everything in each region before eventually reaching my final one. Hey, securing Sanctuary, liberate all occupied areas in Toyotama, and Master Liberator, liberate the entirety of Tsushima Island. Thank God. Straight after completing the camps, I grabbed a pretty simple trophy for buying an item from 2 special hidden dye merchants in different regions. Okay, this should get me a trophy. Monochrome Masters. Purchase an item from the black and white dye merchants. The next thing I decided to tackle were the tails, and I seriously underestimated this task. Ghost of Tsushima features 7 mythic tails and a whopping 61 standard tails. And because I was pretty much completely story focused during my main playthrough, I'd say I still had about 90% of these to do. So I started off with the mythic tails, mostly just because they looked a lot more fun than the standard ones, and I needed some stimulation after the mind-numbing Mongol camp grind. As it turns out, the mythic tails were genuinely a highlight of the platinum for me. They took me to some awesome locations and set pieces, and also granted me some insane abilities that I wish I'd had during the main story. There was one mythic tail, however, that I was not looking forward to doing. I was shitting my pants. From researching online, I discovered that this was the tale that would culminate with what many said was the hardest duel in the entire game. Kojiro. I'm pretty sure heading into this, I was having PTSD of those back-to-back boss fights that I'd endured just a couple of days before. I was pretty sure this was going to be a rough time. I think we got him. Let's go. That guy was easy. Or at least I'm just so insanely strong at this point that the hardest dude in the game ain't even hard. I was quickly finding out that all my grinding was paying off because I was becoming way too strong for any enemy in the game to even touch. And soon after, I finished my final mythic tale. Oh, the Teller of Tales. The next tales I went for were the allied character focused ones because you'd actually get a trophy for completing each of their individual storylines. Starting with Lady Masako, we ended up finding out it was her long lost sister who'd plotted to kill her family, so we hunted her down and she got what she deserved.
Now, you have nothing.
Jeez. The Vengeful Warrior. Complete all of Masako's tales. Then I moved on to Ishikawa's tales, where we discovered that his rogue apprentice was actually just doing anything she had to do to survive from the Mongols, so we ended up helping her escape. The Unbending Archer. Complete all of Ishikawa's tales. For Yuna, we went and took out a Mongol warlord that was terrorizing the region. The Headstrong Thief. Complete all of Yuna's tales. And then the final ally that I haven't even mentioned yet was Norio the monk. His story was actually one of the most heartbreaking, as him and his brother were tortured by Mongols, followed by his brother presumably being killed. Norio has serious survivor's guilt, which drives him to save more of the captured monks until he eventually finds his brother is actually alive, only to watch him die right in front of him. It's brutal. This sends him into a mad rage, breaking down his character before finding the general who killed his brother and burning him alive. And we get the Warrior Monk. Complete all of Norio's tales. The remaining tales were all pretty random and involved a bunch of different fighting or collecting tasks. But I did actually find out that they all have one thing in common. They are all a depressing experience. Oh my god, he died. That sucks. More dead people. Every mission is just, go find some dead people. Oh, let me guess, these guys are dead as well. Oh no. How is everyone dead? Every side mission is just like, go to person, then find out their family's dead. No mission has a happy ending. Oh. Okay, to be fair, there were some funnier moments during the tales, like this duel that definitely was the strangest one in the game.
Wait, I don't want to die. I surrender. I'm sorry.
Really?
Tell me who you are.
Oh, there can only be one. Successfully complete every duel. I swear to God, I did not plan for that one to be the last one. That is so good, man. While I was completing the tales, I also knocked off 3 trophies along the way. One was for bowing to 10 hidden altars, second was for collecting 20 artifacts, and the last was for collecting 20 records. And I'll tell you what's awesome. There are way more collectibles than this in the game. There's like 50 artifacts and records, but you don't need to go and get them all. God bless whoever's decision that was. 100% collectible trophies can eat a bag of dicks. So with just a handful of trophies and tales left to complete, I booted up my final Ghost of Tsushima stream, and I knew that I needed to make this one special. Hello everybody. Before you ask, yes, that is a real kimono from Japan. I highly recommend you go if you can. It's probably my favorite place in the entire world. Not long into the finale stream, I was off to a good start. The Ghost of Legend. Build your legend to earn the title Ghost of Tsushima. Yes. Yes. And soon after that, I completed my final tale. Come on, please. I've still got another one to do. No. And soon after that, I completed my final tale. How is that not it? How is that not it? What haven't I done? Okay, seriously, third time lucky. And soon after that, I completed my final tale. There we go. Helping sword hand complete all tales of Tsushima. Oh my god. Jesus, they packed so many missions into this game. Next up, I gathered a full armor and sword set that gave a big shout out to one of the devs' absolute classic game series. Cooper Clan cosplayer. Dress up as a legendary thief. Wow, that is a cool sword. Look at that. I can be a furry. All that was left between me and the platinum was the rest of the activities on the map. So I started off with the lighthouses, as I only had a few of those left to do. Light the way. Rekindle all the lighthouses of Tsushima. I then headed to every hot spring, haiku, bamboo strike, and Inari shrine. Jesus Christ, this absolutely sucked. Like, the foxes don't seem to have a clue where they're going half the time. I am never doing this again for 2 hours. Okay, this should be it. Body, mind, and spirit. Yes, complete all hot springs, haiku, Inari shrines, and bamboo strikes. And for my final trophy I needed, I ascended every remaining Shinto shrine one by one to get myself to possibly the most beautiful possible endpoint to an absolutely, undoubtedly epic platinum trophy experience. I think this is it, guys. This is it. Beautiful. That was exactly the image I wanted to finish this. This is it, guys. Favor of the Kami. Find and honor all the Shinto shrines. And living legend. Obtain all the trophies. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god. Come on! This game was an absolute masterpiece from start to finish, and I've had the best time ever getting better at the game, improving bit by bit, and becoming the Ghost of Tsushima. And if you enjoyed watching me suffer trying to get this platinum, then go and watch this one next, because this one made me lose my mind.